am.com. All right, who do we have first? First up is Anna P. Anna P. Something unexpected is coming your way, Anna P. What is it? Seems like somebody from your distant past. I heard Spirit say far past. So whatever that means to you, I'm getting 6. I think it's longer than 6 weeks, but it could be that when you didn't hear from this person within a 6-week period, you're like, they're gone. That's it. I'll see you in another life. That's probably the end of that. And for whatever reasons, they've decided that's not the end of that. Okay. So here they come back around. You have a grandmother coming through her mom's side of the family, who was, I want to say probably 5'5", 5'6", a little busty. She's talking about a bee buzzing around your honey, or a bee buzzing around, like you are the flower, they are the bee. So, this suggests a little bit of playful energy. This suggests someone who's coming around a little bit like aloof, or, hey, or lighthearted or whatever. And you're kind of like, what happened to you? You know what I mean? I think that it's okay to come in that way. I'm getting light eyes. Trying to say, I think these are hazel, because I'm seeing some days they're green, some days they look blue. So this could be hazel, or like some people have those blue eyes that change depending on what they're wearing. So sometimes they look gray, sometimes they look light blue. It really just depends. Okay. But light eyes, and yeah, I mean, this person's a bit taller. I want to say 6'1". Yeah, 6 foot, 6'1". I would say. They may lie. They may say they're 6'2", but they're not. They're very focused on work, and they may be coming back in and saying like, I am focused on work. I was focused on work. I'm getting an M sound in the name. This could be a Michael, but like an M sound in the name, an N sound in the name. I don't know why I keep getting big shoes, big feet. Okay, big feet. This person may, you know what they say, big hands, big feet. I don't know if maybe you were judging that person, being like, this could be good. I mean, he's got like ginormous shoes, so maybe you thought there was going to be some type of sexual chemistry, but it doesn't feel like it ever got that far. So there is an element of mystery here, and you may be tempted. You may be like, hey, there's uncharted territory here. I'm a little intrigued. I do see that their shoes always look like business shoes to me. And so it's even like when I'm not at work, they still look like casual leather. I like this. The boy knows how to dress is basically what I think we're looking at here. And I don't know. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you what you choose to do with it. But I want to say this is coming within the next 2 weeks. It's possible this happens between 3 and 4 days out from now. They're debating on making a move, and so they control timeline. They have free will. Okay. And you have free will in regards to like, what are you going to do about this? Will you entertain this or no? But I think it's worth investigating. And if you find that this person is a bit inconsistent, or they're blaming their lack of availability or persistence on work took over, you have to be like, no. Work doesn't just take over. Okay. We all work like dogs. It is a choice. So when people try to use that as an excuse, just know this: he met someone else. That's what it is. Whenever someone is not showing up in the regular way that they were, or to conversations, okay, thank you for the hearts on TikTok, like they were, it's because they're talking to somebody else. Now, is that your business? Not necessarily, but if he's showing inconsistency again, you may want to be like, look, this person is just looking to have a good time and bounce. I'm kind of doubting that's going to happen, but we'll see. Okay. Thank you, Anna. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Anne Marie Delora. Anne Marie Delora. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Anne Marie Delora. Anne Marie. Seems like you could have an upgrade going on with the vehicle. So if you are looking to make any changes with the vehicle, if you are getting any repairs done and things like this, it just feels like it comes in fast. And maybe you're getting a decent price. Like I didn't think I was going to, but I am. Okay. Now, this is the literal interpretation of this. The other interpretation of this message is that something is coming in here that is going to help you to move forward very quickly in your life. I feel this now. So even within the last 24 hours, this has been coming in closer to you, but it really seems to come to a head or present to you in about 3 days out from now. Now, the total span of this like conversation or unfolding of this opportunity is between 2 to 3 weeks out. All right. So there will be more and more talk of this. Like, what does it mean? How would I apply this to my life? Do I really want this? If you have questions, you can get your answers during that time, whatever it is. Okay. I think that what's going on is that you're getting something that you manifested. You're getting something that you wanted. In particular, in regards to your resources, any type of relocation. This could be working in a different location, but I was feeling more residency or the purchase of property or expansion upgrades, in where you live. So this could be, I'm staying here, but like I want it better. I actually feel you moving though. Take it how it resonates. I have you wanting to expand out more. Okay. So this opportunity coming through resources isn't necessarily like a big chunk of change. It's not like, oh, some money is coming in here. Now I can do this. It's more like you have multiple streams of increased resources coming to you simultaneously. And I want to say expanding over the course of the next 5 to 6 months that helps you to put into perspective what your goals are and what you have to work with here. So I can finally make this happen is what it feels like. I feel good about all of this. You could also have somebody coming in who's trying to sort of advise you. I don't know per se this is a financial advisor. I actually wonder if this is somewhat romantic or if this person is someone definitely they have interest in you. I'm not sure that you want to go there with them, but you could also find yourself talking to someone in the next 2 to 3 weeks that wants to help you build and help you grow and help you put in perspective where you're headed. Okay. And I feel like they have some solid input to give. So either way, all right, with you, a lot of motion, a lot of fluidity. You could say some blocks and obstacles being removed as well, but I was going to say it feels more like information being given that you've been waiting to get so that you can make moves going forward. Okay. Freedom. Yeah, freedom. All right, Anne-Marie, enjoy. Thank you. Who do we have next? Coming up next is Anna Teresa. I think this is feedback. Okay, so this is from Anna, who I just read. A man who fits this message legit texted me 10 minutes before this show started. So he's making a liar out of me. He beat me to the punch. But I said within 3 days, I think I said, okay. Now that's if he's being very impulsive. Leave this up for a minute, Kim. That's if he's being very impulsive. So because he was going to wait 2 to 3 weeks. So he went with his urges. He is coming from an emotional place right now. He is coming from a place of passion right now. Just keep that in mind. That could be really good. That could not be good, depending on what you're looking for. I think it could be good. I think it could be a lot of fun. I would jump in. And then if you don't like it, just get back out and ditch it. I looked at my phone with a who this was out of nowhere. I bet you did. Well. I love a little confirmation. All right, keep spilling the tea. We want to know what goes on. Keep us posted. Have fun. It's summer. All right, Elvin Ramos is next. Elvin Ramos, something unexpected is coming up for you. What and when? I don't know if this is entirely unexpected. I mean, I don't feel like you haven't talked to these are going in romantic. It's kind of weird. I feel like a romantic theme is evolving here. I don't think I've seen that with this show yet. I don't know. Okay, something in the air maybe, but I don't feel like it's unexpected in the way that like, oh, I thought I would never talk to that person again. It's not really that. It's someone with dark hair, female, interested in you romantically, has possibly been a bit shy in the past or was reserved. This could have also been a situation where you guys casually dated, but it just didn't really it didn't really launch. You may have started dealing with some personal problems, and then this person may have started dating someone else, and so it really kind of couldn't come back together again. um and more for moral and ethical karmic reasons. And then your thing has gotten sorted out and their relationship thing evaporated. So now what we have is a revisitation. Is this the right time? I'm getting between 2 and 3 weeks out from now. Their hair is quite dark. I mean, I don't know if they color it, but it looks quite dark to me, like almost black. um she's a little bit fiery. She's funny. She's a little compulsive. Compulsive? What does that mean? She may be neurospicy. She may be a little like, huh. She's a little impulsive too. She's a little wild, just a little nutty. And I think you like it. She seems short to me. Um so maybe like 5'3", and um she is a bit introverted. She may keep to herself, like doesn't have like a big friend group or anything, so she could seem very introverted. And like I think it came up earlier with her, I don't know if I said it out loud or not, but I saw it, shy. She comes off as shy, but she really isn't when she's comfortable. A lot of introverts are like that. We're not shy when we like you. We're shy when we don't trust you. So there could be some misconception you had on who she was the first round of you guys talking. Now, I also felt something a little odd with this earlier, which was that like you've known this person for a long time. So what that can mean is that you live in the same like county, the same city. Maybe you guys went to the same high school even. Even though you've been in the same proximity, I really don't feel like this has ever become a very deep friendship or a dating experience again that ever really took off. Are you going to entertain it? I don't know, but I have her showing up, crossing your path. And I feel like the suggestion, if I were to give a little advice here, it would be, try to spend some time working on friendships with the opposite gender so that your head isn't caught up in dating. Try not to force it into that category or color it in any way. Honor it for what it is, because this has great friendship opportunity. And then if down the road you feel like it's automatically going that way, take it that way. Okay, very cute. I keep hearing Jen too. Now, I don't know. I'm not great with names. So J or a G sound in her name. Could this be DeJesus? I wonder. But anyways, yeah. Okay. Let's move on to another one. Have fun with that, Elvin. Deanna is up next. Deanna, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Deanna? I heard wake up and smell the roses, stop and smell the coffee, stop and appreciate the tulips. Is that a thing? I don't know. You have a very tall gentleman coming in here, feels like grandfather paternal energy, kind of not lanky, but like just such a tall guy. And he's not like a big bulky dude, very sort of slender, I want to say, well built, muscular. He comes in here keeping an eye on you. There's also a lady coming in here, maternal energy. I want to say I'm on dad's side of the family. Talking about you being in a little bit of a zone right now, and for the next 2 weeks, you could miss a lot of blessings that are coming your way. So something unexpected that's coming in is like sweet moments from the universe, new opportunities for friendship, people wanting to give you something, people wanting to give you love, appreciation, a smile, a little show of gratitude. some fun conversations, some fun opportunities in regards to like maybe somebody calls you up and they're like, look, I got an extra ticket. Do you want to go? There's an exhibit opening up near you and you're like, oh, I know something similar went on somewhere else. I wanted to see that, but if you are in this mindset of like nose to the grind, work, 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 I have so much to do. My inbox is full. I need to handle this to-do list. You could find that you're missing it. You're missing really all of it. And the message here is to open your eyes. You have a 2-week period. It's like 2 weeks and 3 days. I mean, that's oddly specific, but you're missing a period of time here where you're being given a lot of blessings, a lot of love, a lot of support from the universe. And it's important that you take those opportunities. You're supposed to be polar opposite of what you're thinking you're supposed to do for the next 2 weeks. Polar opposite. You are supposed to be focusing on play and rejuvenation and filling your cup. I heard filling your love cup. Okay. So this could also be something romantic going on. But it's like you're dating yourself, you're romanticizing your life, you're focusing on self-love and all the beautiful things. Be in a state of receptivity that are coming in for you from the universe. I don't like to say this, but it feels like it's a bit of a test. And what I mean by that is that the universe could be testing you a bit to see if you have learned, because you've been working on this for like 6 to 7 months, maybe even 9 months. You've been saying, I want to be more centered. Okay. I want to be more present. I want to be more connected to the universe, my higher mind, spirit, my intuition, my right brain, whatever it is. I want to be more connected. Okay. More tuned in, turned off. And it's like, do you? Because if you can receive these things over the next 2 weeks and 3 days, it feels like you're going to be leveling up. And with that level up will probably come heightened intuition, psychic, mediumistic, empathic. Okay. And who knows what else. So this is intriguing. Stay open. Okay. Stay down to earth, stay connected, and try not to excessively focus on busy work, busy work, busy work. No. Stay out of that. All right. Thank you, Deanna. We're going to move on to another one. Who else do we have here? Tanya Rivera, another Rivera. Tanya Rivera is next. Tanya Rivera, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Okay. Somebody seems to be coming in and telling you, you must do it this way. You must lock this thing down. Let's get your signature on this. This contract needs to be, I don't know, the seal of judgment. It needs to be notarized. Let's make it final. Somebody in a position of authority seems to be coming in and essentially saying this to you. You may have felt like this was coming up even in the last 24 to 48 hours. And you're looking at it and you're like, I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure I want it, or I want it this way, or that this is accurate. Not necessarily that this is accurate for me, but like, this is accurate. I'm not sure this is accurate at all, like at all. So I think what's important here is that you're taking your time, okay, allowing anything in this vein, anything that you're focusing on or building, creating, okay, changing in regards to contracts, long-term agreements, schedules, anything where you would be committed to something in a very specific way for a while going forward, you're going to want to be careful about that. I think that what you're really looking to do here, what your higher mind really wants to do for ballpark the next 3 months, is to have more freedom, creativity, availability, fluidity, autonomy, okay, independence, to do what you want to do and to change things up in your life or with your work in the way that you want, in the way that I'm hearing from your work and money guide, in the way you see fit. This could even come down to, obviously like a series of things, but somebody also saying to you, let's lock down a vacation. Let's lock down this trip. Let's make this huge change. Okay. And like, let's lock it in now. And you're like, I don't know that I want to do that right now. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that you feel comfortable with what you're agreeing to. Okay. And don't just let someone else, because you have shared income, or, they seem to have some level of expertise, or they seem to be an authority in some way that's pushing you on timeline. Don't let that happen. Okay. Because there could be some significant inaccuracies there. All right. Interesting. Thank you, Tanya. And we are going to watch over this. Again, I said this just started, but I feel like we're watching over this for probably the next, I would say week and 3 days. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to Mackenzie Mooser. Mackenzie Mooser. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when, Mackenzie? I feel like, and keep an eye on this for the next 3 to 9 days, this could be unfolding. It feels like there's some chatter. It feels like there's some gossip, some triangulation, some talk going on. I have a male involved. I have a couple females involved, one main female. You could be surrounded by some people who are giving a lot of gossip, some energy. Okay. They are quite possibly, with that one female creating it. I thought so. But then it seems like it's more the male that actually created it. We have a tendency to let men off the hook with that, and we really shouldn't, because they're the biggest gossips on the planet. Okay. Gossipy, messy, okay, little b activity. And I assure you that in a group that looks like this, if people are talking in the way that they are, there is someone here with an agenda to do so. It's beyond just gossip. It's manipulation. It's jealousy in regards to you. It's feeling like you didn't give them what they wanted or they felt entitled to. So ultimately, this isn't something I would, if I were you, give much attention, because who really cares? I mean, you could hear this message and be like, what do I care? Good for you. Good for you. However, I feel like where you are at your stage in development, you may care a little bit, and it is good for you to know. Hence, it's coming up. It's important for you to keep an eye on who in your circle seems to reach out in a pattern, okay, when there's a lot of chatter going on. So there's always the person who starts the gossip, and then there is their co-pilot, and then there are the flying monkeys. And no one, since the IQ is low across the board with all participants, they will start to reach out to you to see what you're up to, or if you know that they're talking. So watch for patterns. Pattern recognition is always the smartest thing you can do with a group of humans in general, okay, just to check their behaviors. I don't think this is anything harmful. Obviously, these people have no power, or they wouldn't be wasting their time talking. But I do think it's important to understand when there's jealousy toward you, people want what you have, and people have certain expectations out of you in regards to like what they feel owed, okay, from you, an attitude of like privilege and entitlement again. So you may start setting your boundaries accordingly as you go forward. Yeah, for sure. Okay, very interesting. Tanya said, thank you, Ivy. You're welcome, Tanya. Good luck, Mackenzie. Thank you, Mackenzie. And who do we have next? Next up is Karen Grabowski. Okay, so we don't take questions on this show. This isn't necessarily the blessings show. We do have a blessings show where I'm telling you like what blessings are coming your way. This is just something unexpected. So I don't color it. It could be good, could be not good, could be mediocre, could be, use your free will and you dictate. I don't know. But let's see what comes up for Karen Grabowski. Karen Grabowski, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? I have a guy with a mustache coming through, giving you some pretty good news about what feels like an investment opportunity, the a purchase you've been wanting to make, like some type of improvement. It's not necessarily that you were hyper focused on it at this time. You may have decided it'll be whatever it's going to be, okay, or not expecting anything really tremendous to come out of it. But this person reaches out to you and says, we've got a better deal on this, or I've got you a better deal, or, here's an opportunity. Now, this seems to be brewing, I want to say, within the last 2 to 7 days. So it's possible this message is already on its way. I think you'll know more about this in the next 3 to 5 days, but it could be an opportunity to also renegotiate a contract. Now, this seems karmic for you. And what I mean by that is that when something karmic unfolds, it's going to hit all areas of your life. So this isn't just one thing. So apply this how it resonates. But basically, you are about to go in, if you choose to, and renegotiate contracts to work more in your favor, okay? To be better for you. This could also be an increase in pay, so like a pay raise, for example, and anything you've been thinking of investing in. This could be the time to, I heard, drop that hammer, which is like, yeah, it looks like you're going to have this actually running in regards to investments the next 3 to 5 weeks. So the mallet of judgment, okay, making a judgment, signing on the line, committing yourself to something. I also feel like someone's coming in and trying to talk to you. This is just not a side message. This has nothing to do with everything else I was saying. But you may hear from someone from your past who has a healing message for you. This could have been connected to some paternal energy, and they could have been very disappointing to you. They may have hurt you. They may have let you down. You may have had to, it kind of feels like, heal from this person or this relationship, this situation. Now, this could come through as an apology. It's not to say that you necessarily have to deal with this person, but it could be interesting to hear what they have to say. And I think accepting it is something, again, karmically, that you deserve. Okay, so I would be open to at least hearing it. Very interesting. Thank you, Karen. We are going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Maraid. Okay, Maraid is up next. I do want to say to everyone, thank you so much for being here. And if you want to get multiples tonight, you can go ahead and do that. I can't do it every night, but I can tonight. So Kim, my beautiful producer, is taking your donations and popping your name up on the screen here. If you are on Instagram or you're on TikTok, she's having to post repeatedly in the comment section because those two platforms not only don't give a description box, they also won't allow you to pin a comment. Okay, so she has to go in and do it over and over again. So keep an eye on her there. If you prefer to switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, you can get everything done under one umbrella. Also, we are back on YouTube. I am recovering. Not YouTube, Facebook. I'm recovering those accounts. So welcome. If you guys are tuning in from Facebook, please do let me know in the comment section. And if you want to book a private reading, go to Ivy Rivera psychicmedium.com. I do work internationally. Everybody, please give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment letting me know where you're tuning in from. All right, Maraid is up next. Maraid, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when, Maraid? Feels like a trip. Now, obviously, okay, you don't just fall into a trip. You would have to choose to go on this trip. But it really does feel like 3 weeks out from now, I want to say the second week going into the third week in particular. So the first 3 to 4 days of that third week, there's talk of a vacation or a trip. Okay, this may have been something you've been manifesting. Now, you may be going somewhere like more tropical, warmer climate, but you also seem to be thinking a lot at that time about what feels to me like Ireland, Scotland, overseas. So there could be several different conversations coming up where you're talking with people who are, basically going. It feels like, even if they think they're debating on going, it's like they're going. So are you going with? Is it just inspiring you to plan your own thing? Are you wanting to go on your own? Are you wanting to go with other people? Like, I don't know where you choose to take this. All of that is, in your free will zone, of course. But this looks almost definitive to me that you would like get that train ticket, or get that plane ticket. It's like, I'm hopping on this train. I also feel like from the last 3 days, like 72 hours going forward for the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to get tested in regards to your boundaries and other people. So you're going to get pelleted. And this is on you because you manifested this. You said to the universe, I want up and out of old circumstances, old relationship styles, old patterns that are below me, low level, toxic, okay, beneath my sense of future self. This can't come with me. And I don't want it anymore. So why does it keep coming up here? It's like freaking whack-a-mole. Okay. Crabgrass. What is this junk? I want it gone. You want it gone? Prove it. So what's going to happen now is the universe is going to test you repeatedly during that time frame with people who are, I want to say, acting like clowns, acting a fool, being childish, testing you, testing your patience, testing to see also if you'll feel bad for them, you'll go back to them, you'll respond or reach out to them. No, I'm not doing this. Okay. It's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this because it has nothing to do with you even. It's not good for me. I manifested a level up. And if I'm going to get that level up, I have to prove to the universe that I'm no longer in alignment, meaning entertaining these lower vibrational people, situations, things. So you are coming up as the freight train. The freight train is boundaries with old people, situations, and investments. I had previously invested heavily here. I no longer think I can do that. My train is leaving the station. I'm going 180 miles an hour in this direction. And, maybe you do choose to say to some people or situations, look, you can get on this train, but at the next stop, I don't know what to tell you. You may have to get off. This is where I'm headed. That's all there is. That's all she wrote. I heard the fat lady is singing. Okay. So, how they say like, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. I heard from your guides, the fat lady's singing. Okay. So like, it's over. It's over. It's over if you let it be. It's over if you let it be. Okay. So not feeding it. You gotta be careful with those because that could just even be one text. That could be like you responding to one text and it's like, now you're out of alignment again. Okay. It's kind of fun. All right, Mairead, hopefully do what you need to. All right. I'm rooting for you. Very interesting. Edgar Velardes is up next. Edgar, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Edgar? New pair of shoes. This is symbolic of you entering into a period of time here, and I'm getting 2 weeks, where somebody says something to you about a new position. Okay, that leads to a new lifestyle, a new level up or a point of leverage, new point of leverage. Okay. When can he use that? 6 to 7 months, and then it peaks in the 9th month. All right. So a new point of leverage coming in here. I don't know that you don't see this coming. I don't think you expect it this soon is really what it is. Or it's like, I didn't expect it in that way, or even like on the day when it comes, it's like, I didn't expect it today. Okay, so I just keep getting all of these like, what a nice surprise. It's also like, everything is about to change. It becomes very, very real. Somebody says something to you like, this is yours. Do you want it? And you're like, of course I want it. Of course I want it. And so it's already yours, even if it's not starting that day. It's locked in. And it's this sense of my whole old life is going out with the old, in with the new. I also see a rainbow, which is pot of gold at the end of the rainbow after the storm, hopes and dreams coming true. This is a bridge from an old way of life into a new way of life. Okay. It is a big deal. It's prosperity. But I think that what's happening here too is that you could be feeling as though the old you is going away with these old positions and circumstances. Money is increasing, your title is increasing. I feel like this could be hitting you in a couple different areas, but in particular at work. Okay. And so you're like, well, I think there is a grieving process that needs to come along with this, even when, and that may be the part that's most unexpected for you, is that you're like, oh, I really wanted this, and then this thing is here, and you're like, why am I sad? Like, why am I depressed? Like, why would that upset me in any way? This is nothing to feel bad about. It's not about feeling bad. It's about having a human experience where when we leave officially, because that's what this is officially things changing. When we leave something behind, we automatically, even if it is a level up, have some level of grief, and you need to honor that. Okay. We're not allowed to talk about those types of things in America, of course. We can't even grieve people we love passing, much less a situation or a level up. But grief is a part of this process. Okay. So it could be a little unexpected. Timing on this coming in is a little unexpected. How exciting it feels is a little unexpected. Feels a little jittery. You feel a little high. It's like, whoa, I'm like vibrating from this. So like maybe you just didn't expect to feel that way, but it's real. It's very real. Very cool. Okay. Enjoy. We are going to move on to, we're going to move on to Vanessa. Vanessa Dempsey is next. Vanessa Dempsey. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Vanessa? Vanessa Dempsey. You seem to be getting a phone call. This could be someone from your past. This could be someone who has been missing you, has been thinking about you. This person is saying that they have, whether it's like, I watch you on social media, that would be weird. Okay. Maybe to just that maybe they're trying to cover that part up. I'm not sure exactly how this comes out. Okay. But it's sort of like, I've been keeping tabs on you recently, and I just wanted to reconnect. Okay. This could be someone from your far past, which can mean like, childhood, high school. And I'm also hearing class reunion. So there could also be, a class reunion. I mean, that's oddly specific. Okay. Take it how it resonates. But sometimes people do these group things. I don't know. I was a high school dropout, so I don't get invited to anything. But they do like other things, not necessarily from the school directly, but maybe like from a group of people, group of friends, whatever it is. They could be inviting you to something that almost feels like a family reunion. And this has a family vibe to it. I don't think I'm talking bio. I don't think I'm talking biological here. Unless you're hearing from multiple people. It could be that too, but this really felt to me more like chosen family, or, when you're around people for so long, like I'll see someone on a social media account that I haven't seen since like elementary school. And I swear to God, they feel like a sibling. I'm like, how did this happen just from us going to school together way back when? There's something about timelines here that make these people reaching out to you, or this, especially this one person reaching out to you, feel like family, even if you were never very, very close. So essentially what we're talking about here with you is, and I want to say this comes up in the upcoming week too, hitting literally day 7. So I guess I would say like, I don't know, 7th day out from now. Okay. There's talk here of you feeling as though you're being invited back into, okay, some things from your past. And this is going to span everything. So it's not just going to be one phone call. It's not just going to be one area. It's anything from your past that wants you to come back, that wants you to return. But what I really feel with this is that it's very pleasant for you. You could also be having some opportunities to revisit things from your past where you weren't able to alchemize, transmute. Maybe now you have done the shadow work. And so there is some, I'm hearing peace and power. Okay. Looking at things that may have caused grief or loss. Now they are peace and power. So this is an upgrade to your soul. You also seem to be, aging backward right now and for the next 2 weeks. So I don't know if you just started taking some like NAD pills, or like, I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay. So like, I can't prescribe a diagnose, but like if you started doing, I don't know, estrogen therapy, or you started taking like, some of this just feels like working out. Some of this just feels like I'm eating healthier. Like I just see you stuffing a ton of leaves, almost like a rabbit in your mouth, and then walking a lot. Like whatever you've been doing or you've been thinking of doing, like now is the time. You seem to be aging in reverse, and it hits at about 2 weeks out from now where it's like, damn, what did you do? Okay. What's your secret? Also, you may be eating a lot of berries. I ate oatmeal the other day, on a side note, just to everyone, like collectively. So like I go through these kicks where I eat obsessively like certain kinds of foods. I don't know why. And I got it onto a berry kick, and I ate so many blueberries. I almost made myself sick. And when I woke up the next day, my skin was glowing. Okay. I when I say things like food is medicine, I mean food is medicine, people. Okay. It was ridiculous. And I remember back, I went into this one juicery, and they had this, it was called a facial tonic. It was like a carrot juice and turmeric. And I think maybe some ginger or something was in there, and I recently bought some like 100% juice, all natural juice with that in it. It was like, I'll never forget that day. I had that shake, and like within an hour, like my skin was just glowing. So, I mean, you guys, seriously, if anyone's thinking, I feel like this is the collective message for the night. If anyone's thinking about like walking more, I'm thinking about eating healthier, I'm telling you, it does not take long, okay, for the effects of that. And I used to be a personal trainer, and that is a fact, okay? Scientifically, I mean, give yourself about 24 hours. These things do change your life and your mood and your manifestation power. All right, moving on. We have Karen Grabowski is next. If any of these end up being doubles or triples, Kim, let me know. Okay, I'm not crazy. You know what? I think the cat wants to come in. I'm going to have to let her in. This is Karen Grabowski, number 2. I just want to make sure I'm not like repeating any messages. You guys, hold on. I have to let the cat in. Okay. Sorry, I ran to the restroom also. Thank you for being patient. Got Esmeralda Marie Rivera in here. Ezzy in the house. Gonna raise hell, I'm sure. Let's see where we are. Yeah, the black cat. She's so cute. She has new friends. I've been catching video of them. She's got a long-haired orange cat who reminds me a lot of Jesus. Came by, was just like laying in the walkway with her today. And then there was another one that's like black and white and just coming around. She's got a gray friend. I saw them sneaking into the neighbor's house all together. It's hilarious. She's got a raccoon friend, a skunk friend, right? Yeah, you got a bunch of friends. I love you. All right, let's move on. Who do we have next? Oh, yes, right. Okay, gotcha. Karen Grabowski. Okay, message number 2. Give me something different than you did the first time, please. Karen Grabowski, something unexpected. 4 to 5 set months. 4 to 5 months out from now. Feels like signing on a new contract. Could be signing on a new contract, get something that you've been wanting for quite a while. I mean, you have a very adulty type of energy about it. It's very like matter of fact. It is what it is. You know, it doesn't feel like popping the champagne like a big surprise 4th of July type of energy as much as it is like a little bit of a quiet hallelujah, a little bit of a like good. This is a load off, you know, this is maybe a monkey off your back, or this is you being able to take some weight off your shoulders. It feels like it's earning money on its own, you know, so it feels like it's bringing in additional resources. It somehow comforts your sense of stability, okay, with your resources. It gives a nicer trajectory than what you had previously. And it feels very much like around that time you are also dotting the I's, crossing the T's in regards to some, these could be work agreements, but I'm talking about schedules, schedule agreements, what we can expect, not just in the day-to-day, but like for like a year plus, you know, what are the seasons going to look like? So any changes that need to be made are going to be figured out around that time. And I have you being very happy with everything. I mean, I think what's unexpected here is just that, I mean, because isn't that how it works? I remember my grandmother always saying, when it rains, it pours, when it rains, it pours, and people die in sets of 3 and good things happen in sets of 3. And like everything's, you know, it's really true. It's because we go through cycles. And I think what's unexpected for you in all of this is that you get everything kind of at once. You know, it's like all of this peace and this joy, this sort of happiness that you have in regards to this level of prosperity. And it could have been a bit held up, okay, is what it looks like. So yeah, processing going on around that time that frees you. I also think it's an important time, and I want to say for the next 2 months, to start focusing on long term, some things that you want, like a 5-year goal plan, okay, especially in regards to like your everyday lifestyle and what you want to be doing with your work. All right, it's time to get a little more specific because the universe is about to give you whatever you want. So it's sort of like ordering a cream, you know, from online. Like you don't just say like, send me cream. You want a specific cream. You want to know what's in it. You want to know what the price is, when will get delivered. Okay, what from what company? You have to get real specific on things. So now is the time to do that. Thank you, Karen. We're going to move on to another one. Jess 1199 says, I love this event, Ivy. Thank you, Jess. I love having you here. Yeah, you guys really have been voting this show in. Because I sampled it. I tried it out just, was it like a month ago, maybe? And you guys blew this one out of the water. So it is officially added to the lineup. Thank you for your support. Deborah Rose. Okay, Deborah Rose. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? You have someone coming in who seems to be talking to you in a romantic way. You have someone else coming in right behind this person who seems to be talking to you about finances in a sort of authoritarian, is that a word? Paternal almost. Influential way, not because this person's trying to influence you, but because they know what they're talking about. So I think when they open their mouth, it just is influential. They don't care. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, can't force it to drink. You can take it, you can leave it. It is what it is. This isn't someone coming at you with ego, but this is someone coming with power, if that makes sense. Now, what's happening here, and I feel this unfolding, I want to say the first person coming in at about 2 weeks, the second one coming in around 5 weeks. This could wiggle room a little bit. I mean, they have free will, but I'm doubting it'll move much. Okay, we're splitting hairs by a matter of days. And that would probably not be with the first one, but the second one where they could come in maybe a little earlier, like 4 weeks. Anyways, it looks like the first person coming in here is trying to talk to you. Hi. Is trying to talk to you in a romantic way, and you're analyzing whether or not this person is a child. So don't hurt me. Thank you. You're analyzing whether or not this person is a child. So you could be feeling as though this individual wants something, maybe like caretaking. Maybe they want you to give them your like labor in regards to like love, or listening to their problems, emotional support, affection. Maybe you feel like they want an ego stroke. You seem to have a list of ideas, okay, about what's going on here. And it's like, is it this? 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 And I don't know that we're necessarily finding, okay, that it is any one thing. I think this person is like a hodgepodge, different, has different desires. This person is like an onion, and there is some nuance here. There is a gray zone here. And I think they really want to be near you. They want to talk with you. They want to be, I heard just be close to you. And there could be past life connection here. Sometimes you meet someone and it's like magnets. You ever try to pull two magnets? Forget about it. Just forget about it. Okay. It just keeps happening. And so you could choose, okay, to explore that a bit more. But with boundaries, I would say, in place until you get, you have to see how you feel about that. Maybe sometimes they are coming from a place of ego or need or greed or whatever, well, then you pull back. Well, then you detach more. Well, then you don't give as much. Okay. It doesn't have to be black or white. Try to stay out of black and white thinking for a while, I want to say. With this other person coming in, giving these solutions, offers, this could be a financial advisor. This could be if you're dealing with anything legal. Okay, this could be like finally things working out, decisions, things in your favor, better news than what you thought you were going to get. Okay, things moving in a new direction. And this person is just sort of the delivery of it. Okay. Very nice. Thank you. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next up is Susanna Cruz 9904. Susanna Cruz. And she said, thank you. You're welcome, Susanna. Right? I didn't read her, right? Okay. Susanna is up next. Susanna Cruz, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Feels like paternal energy coming through here. Now, we could be talking about inheritance, but because this is coming from the past, I don't necessarily think this is anything new. I feel like you're reaping some benefits from what you've inherited. And with this having already occurred, it looks like we could be having like a part two, or like a revisitation of this. You do have some gentlemen coming through, I want to say in spirit, who are keeping an eye on you, making sure that any skill set you have learned from them, any karmic debt that they have in regards to you, your research, your resources, your wealth, your mentality, your skill set. Okay, all of these things are super important, and enable you, okay, to go off into the world and prosper. They're going to be coming through, giving you a lot of messages about what you need to do next and where to focus your energy, and sometimes just that they're very proud of you, giving encouragement. I even see finagling of your situations. So if you're current, and then I'm getting 3 to 5 weeks. But it seems like this is peaking at about 3 weeks out from now. So I do wonder if at the tail end of the second week out from now, going into the third, we've got some type of a breakthrough, a break in circumstances, a change in circumstances, some fluidity. So if you've been waiting on anything to work out and it's like, okay, well, maybe there aren't really blocks and obstacles, but things are just a bit stalled, if that makes sense. We have motion. Okay, and they are behind this. I do feel like you are coming up into your own also in the next, I want to say 5 to 7 weeks. And this peaks at about 9 weeks out from now. So whether you're really feeling it or fully intending it or not is debatable. But that's hence the unexpected show. This is probably the unexpected aspect of it. Okay. You are moving up into a leadership position. So I don't even want to say, if you've been thinking about speaking, teaching, leading, entrepreneurship, business ownership, independent contracting, consultant work, I don't even want to say that to you, because hence the unexpected show, maybe you're not. And so what I'm saying is you should. Okay, because when a door like this opens, and doors like this don't open for everyone, and doors like this don't open all the time, you're going to want to move forward with that. So this could come through a series of like opportunities being given to you, random thoughts that you're having, new desires that you're having. Okay, and I feel really, really good about this. A lot of movement for you in those areas. But it feels like wealth expanding. Okay, when I start back with these guys, wealth expanding. Pay attention also to number patterns following you around numerology. Okay, if you guys aren't familiar with actual numerology, because angel numbers are not a real thing. If you're not familiar, I have a numerology class, or sometimes you can Google them and it's fairly accurate. Okay, but anyway, Susanna, you're going to see a lot of number patterns following you around here, and those are always directional. Thank you. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Eric Evans. Eric Evans. What is coming up for you? Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when, Eric Evans? Feels like a woman coming in who wants to, I heard rekindle things with you, but I was thinking this is not the same person. Okay. So we've got two different people. You could find yourself, and I'm not encouraging per se, because it feels like this is a time in your life when you're supposed to be working on you and being single. Okay. But it does feel like you have someone coming in here who's very interested in, you could say dating. I guess you could call it that. I would say it's a little more frivolous than that. It feels like someone trying to, maybe just get your attention and have some fun. And it could be fun. Okay. It could be good. If you know what I'm getting at, it could be fun. It could be fulfilling in some way, but I think sometimes like an angel on one shoulder, a devil on the other, what your higher mind wants and what the fleshy part of you wants are two very different things. Hence the human experience and the condition we are currently in. Now, what you need to be doing here is saying, am I doing this? Am I engaging with this person from a higher vibrational place? Or am I doing it out of escapism and avoidance? And they're more than happy to go along with that because they are also somewhat in a state of existence like that. Okay. If you do that, then there will be some consequences to that. Karmic consequences come not as punishment, but because you have said to the universe, this is what I'm in alignment with. And the universe says, okay, well, then here's what else you're in alignment with. Enjoy. Okay. I think that the other conversation that you could be having, I see somebody else you could find yourself, I don't know, you're like a ladies' man or something here for a while. The other person you could be talking to could very well be like an ex. And this is a conversation that could be going very quickly. It could possibly speed up and possibly whoosh. Okay, I see like an igniting fire. This could become inflammatory. Okay, and you got a grandmother coming through who's like a hemorrhoid, she said. Okay, this is not it. So stay away from anyone you're not supposed to really be dealing with in that way. How would you know? You would know because there's a long history of fires between the two of you. Okay. A lot of relationship stuff coming up here for you. It is, an opportunity, let's say, for you to choose high vibration over low vibration. And the universe is watching. Okay. And it feels like some of this is already brewing. I feel a lot of it coming to a head between 2 and 3 days out from now. Okay, but the whole process seems to go, I want to say about another 2 weeks, to a month. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on how the first thing works out. The other thing could be set back. So then, yeah, we're talking more the third and the fourth week. Okay. With the second person. That's a little more casual. Okay, thank you. Susanna Cruz said, thank you, Ivy. You're welcome, Susanna. Thank you for being here. Next up is Karen Grabowski. I think this is just some feedback. This is just some feedback from Karen Grabowski. Ivy, in the last couple months, I have been asking my spirit guides to guide me down the path to peace, happiness, and tranquility. I just saw 1010. Holy cow. Before you said my name. Thank you, Ivy. You are so welcome, Karen. Amazing. Enjoy. You deserve it. You deserve it. You did it. You created it. Absolutely beautiful. All right, we're going to move on. We've got Nicole Whitehead is next. Nicole. I didn't read Nicole, did I? I don't think I did. I think this show is blending with another show we just recently did. Okay. Nicole Whitehead, because I keep swearing I just read you guys, but I think it's all the same day. Okay, Nicole Whitehead. Nicole Whitehead. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when, Nicole Whitehead? Nicole Whitehead. Okay. If you've been going through a situation where you feel like you soon need to make a move, maybe you haven't been looking forward to it, but you're like, it is what it is, right? Life is just a series of moves. You just hope you make the right one and that you can stay on offense. But it does feel calculated. It does feel like I'm playing chess, not checkers. And it does feel like it's coming in here relatively soon. So there is talk of 2 to 3 days out from now. And then there's talk between 4 and 5. Now that could be 4 to 5 days. I was feeling more like 4 to 5 weeks. So take it how it resonates. I think the first part starts soon, and then the official part is a few weeks out from now. What we could find is that you're making some moves in regards to, money, resources, career, work. And you're wanting to get yourself to a higher place. You're wanting to get yourself to a point of greater expansion opportunity. You're wanting to get yourself to maybe even a place of higher title, even if you're satisfied with your title. There could be some examination about title expansion, but it could also be, like what's in my CV? Like what's in my resume? What can I add to my bag of tricks? Okay. What else can work for me in the future, making me even more desirable? Okay. How can I present this and be on higher demand? Partnership also comes up in this, partnership opportunities. So we could be looking also at an increase in partnership and networking opportunities. Okay. So, wow. I mean, what isn't here? What isn't here? What isn't here? You clearly manifested this. And if in the last 2 to 3 weeks you've been saying no to some things, I don't care if they're totally unrelated. Okay. I don't care if you've just been saying no to some people that you don't want to hear from, or you've been like shutting down social media that's toxic, or you've just been like spending less time on worrisome thoughts, cyclical patterns of negative thought, mouse on a wheel energy. I'm done. I'm out. I'm through with it. Whatever this is for you, it seems like you have been making some changes legitimately, consistently, and you've designed new patterns. Okay. And so, like, you've formed some new habits, and basically the payout is rolling in. Okay. It is on the way. I also feel like if you've been wanting, maybe around that time, although, yeah, I'm hearing 6 weeks. At about 6 weeks, if you were looking at making any changes to like the space where you work or residency upgrades, some answers could come into you around that time for that as well. Very nice. Thank you, Nicole. We're going to move on to another one. Kim is up next. Kim, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? I heard old boyfriend. I don't know if this is an old boyfriend, or if this just maybe somebody who wants to be your boyfriend. Maybe this is someone who wanted to be your boyfriend. But it feels like I heard Blast from the Past, and I see Back to the Future with like Michael J. Fox and the whatever's the professor. This person may have been a jock, or this person may have been, I don't want to say out of your league, but maybe like not in your friend group. This may not have been someone you would have had any interest in dating. This person could have also been like a year above you or 2 years above you. So it's like, to have a jock and then, come approach you back in the day would have been a little bit off center or questionable in some way. I think that what's happening is that this person wants to talk with you more and seems to be persistent. So not necessarily in regards to time frame, like they're not consistently coming in, but they are persistent in coming in. Okay. So there could be like gaps in time where you don't hear anything from this person for like 2 weeks, and then they pop back up. Okay. And then it's like, let's try again. So just be mindful that that's happening for you. I do also feel like you've got some type of work presentation. Now, this could mean that you're being offered an opportunity, and this is coming in about 2 weeks. I want to say I'm also seeing it come up at 2 months and 4 months out from now. And then there's talk of 6 weeks sandwiched in between here. So this could be an ongoing thing, but it does feel like you're being asked to either present something. So this could be you being moved up into like training. You're educating, you're teaching, you're leading, you're communicating more. This could also be, especially with the second thing I'm seeing with it, you being promoted. Now, I don't know if you want it or not, but it looks like it's a pretty good opportunity in regards to the the increased money and the way that you could expand out. So let's say you're like, well, this isn't really my ideal, but could it be a stepping stone? What are your bigger goals? Come up with a 2 to 3 year plan on what your bigger goals are, because it feels like right now you could basically have anything you want. And if you were to take it, even though it's not ideal for now, it could help you go wherever you want. So forget this. All of this could be ancient history. Okay. And that is like your ship. Do you want to captain that ship and set sails? Because within a 2 year period, you could be wherever you want, Very interesting. All right, Kim, have a good time. Thank you. We're going to move on to another one. This is for Janet Gomez. Janet Gomez is next. Janet Gomez, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? This feels like kids. So, um, we could be talking about, children. We could be talking about people who are more immature than you, who you lead. Um, it's almost like there's going to be an increase in the amount of people who want to come to you, who need to come to you, who have to come to you as well. So some of this could be like work related, for example. Okay. Some of this is going to be more sociable. Some of this could be literally on social media. Some of this is in circumstances that are like out on the streets or within family dynamics. But ultimately, it feels like everyone is coming your way and asking you for your skill set, what you know, how you could be a support to them. Now, this can be very flattering, but it is also something that, hmm, how do I want to say this? Okay. With leadership comes great responsibility. And it's important that you make sure you're also receiving back in a balanced, reciprocal, concrete, guaranteed way. It's also important you're not enabling, because a lot of people who come for help don't need the help. They were already given help. They were already given tools. They were already given instruction on how to pick up those tools. They're refusing. They're acting childish. And if you entertain them, you get negative karmic kickback. So your prosperity starts to dry up, and it's like gum on the bottom of your shoe. All right. So we have this going back, I want to say like 2 to 3 weeks. This has been picking up for you. It's been really increasing in the last like 48 hours or so. And then we have this going on for about 5 weeks, with it peaking at 5 weeks out from now. So it feels like you're in a little bit of a testing period with this. You are supposed to be seen more. You are supposed to be heard more. You are presenting as the brand. So it's not just about your education, your skill set, what you know and who you know and your experience. It's also about your character and integrity. And while again, that is a wonderful thing, you are the queen on the throne with the sword at her side, you need to act like it. So don't forget that this has a dichotomy to it, okay, as you go forward. However well you handle this, your payout comes at 5 weeks. So the karmic payout for it, high, low, or mediocre, comes at 5 weeks. All right. And with that could come some pretty big, I heard, ideas and things. I feel good about this. Very nice. Thank you, Janet. We are going to move on to another one. Next up is Anne Marie Delora number 2. Okay. Anne Marie Delora number 2. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already done so, please give this video a thumbs up, share it on your social media. I'm sure there's someone who follows you, would love to get in on this today. And if you do want to book a private reading, I work internationally. Go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. All right, Anne Marie Delora number 2. Give me something different, please, than what she had on the first reading. Something unexpected is coming your way. You seem to be packing up. It's like your train just came in. The train is leaving the station. It's like, woo, woo, get on. And you're like throwing your bags on and you're like, I'm out of here. This is at 2 weeks out from now. I'm out of here. You may have felt that in the past when you were like riding the rails like Hobo Joe, okay, with like your can of corn and your one tooth, and your hobo sack on a stick. It's like, times may have been tough. Okay. You may have hit the skids there for a while where you were like, shit, life's like dragging ass here. Like I'm struggling, it's funny. It's like I get off the struggle bus and I get onto Hobo Joe train, and it's like I can't seem to catch a break here. You may have had a 5 to 7 year period where you were like one incident after another incident after another episode. Now, some of this was because of what you were feeding. Okay. Some of this was bad karma stuck on the bottom of your shoe, but you've come out of that. And now it's almost like luxury. Now you're like riding luxuriously first class, sipping your champagne on this beautiful train to, I don't know. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where, I know where you've been. I don't know where you're going, but you seem to be hitting the road in life in general, where you're like 2 weeks after now, you're like, I am done. I'm done with all of this. It feels a little bit like I'm leaving an old world behind. And the ticket to get on the train, I almost want to say it's your train. Okay. You have a gentleman coming through here who watches over you in a very protective way. I don't feel like he's connected to you. Okay. And I keep hearing a D sound in someone's name. And then I want to say, there is another guy here who does feel like paternal energy. I mean, that one is definitely bio. I want to say that feels like father to me. Both of them are talking about, but this is your train. It's not like I got a ticket to this train. It's your train. The whole thing is your train. And what this can mean is that it's essentially you having what you've been wanting. Okay. Whatever you want, you can now go and get. You are a free bird at about 2 weeks out from now. So the process begins, and you could tell the train director, what are they called? Captains? What are they called? I don't know. Anyways, you could tell them wherever you want to go. Or like they already know where you want to go. It doesn't matter. Other passengers, other stops. We don't have to make any of that. It's wherever you want to go. So the encouragement here is that you continue to set boundaries with previous situations, investments, people that can't really come with you on this next journey. I also feel like something with a house, a residency, or a workspace, and it could be both, is going to also come to completion and make you feel, I heard validated. And so there's some additional prosperity, okay, coming in there with that. Just know that these two gentlemen also love you very much. And I want to feel like the one who's not related to you, okay, the D sound in the name, sending music, sending songs, especially like maybe this is like rock and roll or something. I mean, I'm looking at guitars. I'm looking at electric guitars. And then I want to say the paternal energy coming in, sending a red rose, which is a birthday or anniversary right around this time. This can also be a passing anniversary or just a deep love. Take it out, resonates, and watch for them in one dream each coming up in the next week and a half. Yeah. Okay. Lots of change going on for you. Set yourself free, I heard. Okay. So this coming in at about 2 weeks out from now, it's like set yourself free. Let yourself go. Let yourself have it. Okay. New beginnings. Huge. Dan, did you say Dan and my dad? Dan and your dad. There you go. There you go, Amory. Thank you very much. Mackenzie Mooser. This is number 2 for Mackenzie Mooser. Okay, Mackenzie Mooser, number 2. Something unexpected is coming your way. Please give me something that she didn't already get. Something unexpected is coming your way, Mackenzie. Make lemonade out of lemons. It won't be hard. It won't be hard to do so. Within the last 24 hours, maybe today, ballpark, okay? You seem to be stressed over something, like my jaw's tightening. Be careful not clenching your teeth. I can't prescribe diagnose. And if you need to check on anything dental or stress related, get that cortisol level down. Okay, make sure you're doing so. But ultimately, there is talk of like something bad you're predicting would be happening, or you're feeling as though I'm not going to get the type of answer that I want. There's something I really wanted out of this, but it's like I can't have it. I can't get it. And it's like at some point you're just looking at things and you're like, you know what? I got a lemon out of this situation. It is what it is. What does that mean? I got a lemon out of this situation. When you get a lemon, it's a reference to it's a bust. Okay. It's a bum deal, but you seem to be, and this is connected to a person. It's connected to a relationship. You seem to be taking it and like grinding it over this, juice maker. And it's like, I'm going to make lemonade out of this. And I'm just hearing from spirit. It's easy to do so. All right. So you could feel, because of an attitude, if you take it, this is what's unexpected. You could take the high road. You could say, oh, well, I'm going to make a lemonade out of lemons, and I'm going to throw some sugar in here, and I'm going to throw some ice, and I'm going to shake this thing up. and I'm going to enjoy it in the summer sun, okay, on the beach. I'm kicking up my heels and I don't care anymore. I'm choosing not to care anymore because you know what? I don't have to. I don't have to care about this. You seem to then come out on top. And so if you do this, you could within a 4-day period, but I was going to say 2 days. I mean, it could be a lot sooner than that. Okay. This person could act compulsively, impulsively, where they're like reaching out to you and it's like, haha, I got the upper hand. Okay. So maybe what you thought was a bust ends up making you feel more powerful. Is this ego? Well, you know, am I being petty here and giving you this message? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of loving it. I mean, I'm kind of celebrating for you, honestly. I think that when someone tries to hustle you or do you dirty or gives you a freaking lemon, okay, if you can feel amazing about it in the end, why not celebrate that too? Okay. It feels like you're coming from the bottom to the top is how it feels. If you handle it properly, meaning, oh, well, I don't care. I don't have to. I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons and I'm going to move on. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. You may get chased. Okay. And we have, Anna Pekka. Okay. How many more do we have coming in? Okay. 10 more. 10 more. Okay. I'll do this one and then I'm going to take a quick restroom break. Anna Pekka number 2. Anna Pekka, something unexpected is coming your way. Number 2 for Anna Pekka. Please give me something I did not give her the first time. Anna Pekka. Feels like a seal of approval or a stamp of approval coming onto something work related. So if you've been trying to present something, it almost feels like you presented this, meaning you created it. It's a project of some kind or a presentation. I am giving it and I'm hoping for a stamp of approval. Okay. I'm hoping for a seal of approval that will allow me to say I'm official in some way. This is officially taking off. This is an upgrade to where it was. It was nothing more than an idea. It was nothing more than a possibility. And now it is becoming something real and tangible. And it almost feels like organic to me. Okay. So we could see a significant amount of growth with this. This is coming up as far as growth is concerned over the next 2 months where I see a bit of a peak, and then 6 months, another peak, division line between 6 and 7 months out. So between 6 and 7 months, it looks like something completely different, which could suggest a big upgrade. And then another peak with that new way of doing it at 9 months. Okay. So this is pretty darn good. Also between 9 and 10 months, we see another division, which could be like another level, and then on and on and on we go. But I do think that ultimately right now, what you're looking for is, I want to say this feeling of, this sort of stamp of approval to come in and show you that it's like time. It's almost like the gun went off, or now this is becoming very real. I get that coming up, I want to say between 3 and 5 days out from now also. So there could be talk or a taste of it then. And then it feels like I'm looking at between 3 and 4 weeks. We could be looking at, I heard boots on the ground. Are you making something concrete? Are you moving toward this in a different way than what you were in the past? So taking steps forward, taking steps toward it. I also heard renewal, and this could be someone coming in from the past who wants to I don't know if this is renew something with you per se. I mean, I do think we're talking about something there, but that's a separate message. It's like renewal energy in general, karmically coming in for you around that time. This could also be something you were interested in and it didn't work out. The door of opportunity was not there. Maybe it was, you just didn't have the key. Now you'll have the key. okay, as well. So renewal space coming in during that time, and that'll hit everything, okay, from the past that didn't happen or is up for reexamination. Interesting. Thank you, Anna. Okay, I am going to run to the restroom real quick. You guys, thank you for being patient. I will be right back. Where are you, Mama? What are you doing? She's so quiet. Oh, there you are. Cute. Yes, you are. Okay. Is that what I'm on? I'm on Hazel. Hazel. Hazel is next. Okay. Hazel, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Hazel. Hazel. Seems like you have two separate opportunities from your past coming back around again. These could be coming through people in positions of authority, okay, who have something significant, to offer you. And it feels like the first one could involve a work related situation. I don't know why I feel you getting pulled. I don't know if you feel like, you're just not really sure what you want to do, or if you're feeling as though it's time to leave and you know that, but you feel like it's a little bit early, or you're feeling like you're pressured, and maybe they're giving you a deadline or something like this. But you seem to feel conflicted about this to a degree. Now, we also have a second opportunity coming in here for you. And I want to say one is coming in around 3 weeks out from now. One is coming around 5 weeks out from now. Sorry, guys. My face is still peeling from the retinol journey I'm on. Bear with me. So the second opportunity that really seems to come in here feels financially based and can affect your mobility heavily. Could this be car related? It could also end up being about your vehicle, but this feels literally like, you would be free to go. You would have a lot of opportunity here if you take this to go forward, to go in different directions, to do some unexpected things. It is important for you right now, the way I'm feeling this, is that you shouldn't stay where you are in life in general, okay? You shouldn't stay where you are because it's familiar. If you're going to stay where you are, it should be because you feel you're in alignment with it. It's authentic to what you want. Okay, there's still some level of fulfillment there, and make sure that you're making your decisions as these opportunities come in from a place of love, not fear. All right. So anytime we make a decision from a place of fear, which is ego, fear, manipulation, and control, it is going to eventually implode. Okay. Or at the very least, it's just not going to work out. So, two different things from your past coming back around to offer you, what you want or what you need. And I don't know that because maybe you don't see it coming or you had given up on it, it could rattle you a bit. There also seems to be someone in here trying to talk to you. It's almost like someone trying to talk to you about an issue from the past. And so expect your past to be returning. I'm getting it about 2 weeks out from now. Somebody trying to talk to you about it and like act like it didn't happen. So if someone's going to bring something up, whether this be an apology or just be like, well, let's discuss it and work through it, they should have a game plan and it should be honest and concrete. Okay. Not scattered, not expecting you to lead the way through it or navigate it. Okay. And it definitely should not be offensive in any way. So you could also find yourself analyzing that conversation or that person. Thank you, Hazel. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Abby Hicks. Okay. Abby Hicks. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Abby Hicks. Feels like a new job opportunity, grandfather coming through and put your foot down. I want to say there's talk of 9 days out from now, between 9 and 10. And then this could peak between 3 and 4 weeks out from now. So this idea of, I want to say grandfather coming through, he's pretty lean everywhere else, but he's got a bit of a belly and he may have worn a lot of t-shirts. He's pretty funny, but it's intellectual humor. It's a little hard to follow sometimes, or maybe like as kids, it was like, he's not funny at all. But as an adult, it's like, he's funny AF. This is like, hilarious. Dry humor also. But, there is talk here of you having an opportunity to, it feels like expand. Now, expansion for you, okay, could also be looking for a while like being split between two different things. It's like my old work and my new work, or my mainstream work and my side hustle work, or this traditional thing and this kind of unexpected, I'm not sure what the heck is going on with this thing. Okay, you're split and you have an opportunity to really develop and take the second non-traditional route up to the next level. But this idea of you needing to put your foot down suggests that you're going to have some pretty strong boundaries. And these boundaries, okay, seem to be with yourself. They also seem to be with like other people who are maybe naysayers, or I heard conflictual energy, or they're coming in putting their 2 cents. People love, I swear to God, it's like they like hound dogs. Okay. I really do think people have a radar. And when people sense that you are going through something new, or you're in uncharted territory, or something unconventional is happening, they want to come and put their 2 cents and get their fingers up in your business. And they want to, okay, you may just have to say, I didn't ask you. It's like swatting a fly. It's like, get out of here. It's like, I'm not going there. But it's learning how to control through boundary setting your own thoughts, outside noise, okay, and making sure that where you set your boundaries with this like new level up, okay, and even with this old traditional route, that you hold the line. because that will get tested. All right. So sometimes we say, well, I'm not going to entertain this, or I'm not going to take on this type of client, or I'm not going to go over here and do this thing. And then it's like when the demand starts to come, you're like, well, maybe I will. Well, maybe I'll just do one. Well, maybe I'll just do it from time to time. You're going to have to be real careful with that. Okay. So know where your boundaries lie, and try not to breach that, okay, to maximize your prosperity. Thank you, Abby. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Deb Basil. Didn't I do, is this another one for Deb Basil? Is this Deb Basil number 2, number 3? Where are we on this? No, maybe I didn't. Okay. Again, I feel like I'm blending with the last show. Okay, Deb Basil. Okay, did not do Deb Basil. Deb Basil. And then we'll get to any of you guys who dropped testimonials and feedback and stuff like that. Okay, we'll get to those and pop up your comments here in a minute. Deb Basil, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Hearing radio interference. It's like, you ever tried like an old, a knob on a radio? I feel like I'm in like an old car radio. It's like, I can't tune in. It's almost like you hit this one station. It's like, I can hear it. But like, as the car is moving, it's almost like I can't grab it. It feels like what's happening for you, and this may be fairly unexpected, is that for the last 3 weeks, you've been trying to sort of tune in, whether this is tune into an answer, your higher mind, spirit, your intuitive intelligence, higher vibrational karma, your healing. I'm not saying healing abilities. It could be that too, but just healing, it's like I'm trying to tune in and it's like freaking static. I feel like I can't grab it. I can't get there. And even when I get there, I can't stay on it. Okay. And that happens when we're not in alignment with something. It's like you can see it. It's almost really tangible, but like zoom, you cannot, okay, ride that wave. And so what seems to be happening here, and I want to say this is soon, this is like between like 2 to 3 days out from now, you seem to be tuning in, just grabbing it. Like you get it. Okay. You grab it and it's there and it's harmonious and it's fluid. And you're not only riding that wave, but you are almost getting high off and like upgrading into this new level, I guess I want to call it, of awareness. And it's allowing you to stay connected with, probably through the right side of your brain is the easiest way for me to explain this. It's allowing you to stay connected with this new sort of higher vibrational energetic alignment, okay, with the universe. And because of that, your mediumship is increasing. So you're hearing from a bunch of spirit loved ones. I do see this happening through dreams, but I also see it happening through what I call clairaudience. Clairaudience is the ability to hear spirit in your head as though it is your own inner voice. It can often come with a tinnitus, an annoying ringing, okay, especially in the left ear. This increases in the bathroom. The native belief is because of the water, earth, porcelain, mirrors. These are all conductors of communication with the other side. So it increases in the shower, especially when you're brushing your teeth. So expect like an ear ringing and then a message to come into your head. I also hear it through music popping in your head. Also clairaudience. Your telepathy may increase, hearing other people's thoughts. That could be good or bad. It's up to you. Okay. And your healing ability, your ability to heal others, your ability to heal yourself. You're attracting more cats and people and, situations that need healing. Yes, but also situations that are just higher vibrational. It just seems like you really get in alignment. Okay. So you've clearly been working at this. And once you find that frequency and you really tune in, a lot of people are like, well, you could fall out just as easily. Well, it's not easy to stay in alignment. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because when you fall out, it feels so bad. It feels so shitty and low vibrational that you're like, hell no, I'm quickly going to get back in. The only way people fall out of alignment like that, okay, for long extended periods of time and simply cannot find their way back is because they almost got lucky on tapping in, okay? No sooner did they get it, they started choosing low vibrational things in their life and they chose to stay there. And the longer you stay, whatever you feed, law of attraction, you get more of that thing. Okay. So it really is a choice, whether you stay high vibrational or not. And it seems like there are going to be so many benefits to you being there. Okay. That it's permanent. It's a permanent thing for you. So enjoy. And eventually I would say you need to figure out what you're going to do with all that. Okay. Maybe you want to speak and communicate more. You could find yourself out on some platforms, okay, in life and at work. That would not surprise me if that comes within a 5-week period of that, honestly. So we'll see. All right. Thank you, Deb. We're going to move on to another one. Ada Murphy. Ada Murphy is next. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Ada Murphy? I can't prescribe or diagnose, but if you've been going through any type of health issues, if you have also been struggling with any type of weight issues and or mental health, energetic, blocks, or you're feeling very low and things like this, okay? Things just not like moving as fast, healing as fast. I feel some breakthroughs going on. And again, I can't prescribe or diagnose, but it feels like the last, I want to say 2 to 3 days, actually, we've seen quite an increase with this. You also have a lady coming through who would have let her hair go quite gray and may have pulled it back. Okay, it's almost like split down the middle and back and into a bun, coming through here, keeping an eye on you, making sure that anything you've been dealing with in regards to heart healing, anything emotional, okay, any type of personal healing you've been going through, she's really helping you to process all of that. Feels like maternal energy, giving a lot of love and support. And reminding you that you don't have to do it all, okay? You don't have to like show up every day and get it done every day. Some days it's okay to just feel and breathe, and like that is a huge accomplishment, okay? It really is more than what a lot of people are doing because they suppress and push down, right? And then have bigger problems. No, just to process and breathe is a huge win, and she just wants to remind you of that. That like also she's saying time isn't real. Okay. So like, don't let the world push you around, okay? And be like, no, you have to do this instead. No, I'll get those things done, but I'm going to do it in my own way, okay? I'm going to feel what I'm feeling and be who I am and do what I want. I feel like what's happening for you because of this healing process that's coming in again in the last like 2 to 3 days, it feels like it's really peaking for you at the 5th week out from now. And so there could be some opportunities for you to let go of circumstances that have been holding you back. If you've been waiting on answers, if you've been waiting on clarification, right? The way your grandmother shows it, it's almost like trying to put a puzzle together, but I don't have all the pieces. You will at 5 weeks. And then it's like an opportunity for you to use your power, for you to use your free will, for you to make moves, for you to call the shots and start directing your life in the direction that you want it to go in. Okay. So there's also a guy here. I'm trying to figure out who he is. I guess I want to go with the grandfather on that, but I'm hearing brother. So I'm like, is this your brother? Is this an uncle? Got a couple different guys coming through, all of them relatively thin. Not thin, but they're like, muscular guys. These aren't like chubby, overweight men. Got a couple guys keeping an eye on you too. And one is giving a red rose, which is a birthday or anniversary right around this time. This can also be a passing anniversary or just a deep love. Take it how it resonates. And I feel like that's coming from the one who feels more like a brother type energy to you. Okay. And bingo, and you're going to win the lottery. No, I don't know. You're your grandfather. You know what I mean? I don't encourage per se, but it does feel like you may be having a little bit of a horseshoe up your ass. And it's in part because of him. So some good luck coming your way. He said, tell her 3 days. 3 days. Okay, 3 days. I was going to say 3-week period of good luck. You do have a horseshoe up your ass here for a while. Okay, use it, ride that wave. It doesn't always last very long. All right, I love it. Thank you, Ada. We're going to move on. Deb Basil said, awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Deb. Thank you for being here. And Edgar, this is question number 2 for Edgar. Okay. Edgar Velardes. Let's give Edgar something he didn't already hear. Something unexpected is coming Edgar's way. What is it? Give me something else. A baby, but it looks like a cat or a dog or a baby. Okay, be careful. Just wrap that up if you're not wanting to do this right now. It seems like between 3 and 5 weeks out from now, and there could be a decision made between the 5th and the 6th week. It seems like you have a lot of like little ones coming your way, fur babies, stray babies, adoptable babies. Like, come and adopt this baby. And if you're sleeping with anyone, you're going to want to be very, very careful. Okay. It's baby season for you. I don't know what's going on here with this other than it is a mark of fertility. Okay. When I say to you guys, and this is a collective message, when I say to you guys that whatever you're going through internally, as it starts to spill out into the world around you because you're in alignment with something, you start attracting that in your vehicle, in animal totems, in literal animals, in signs and symbols, in people, in situations, in the movies, in the music. Everything that's going on in here, okay, starts to display in the world around you. And Edgar, because you are going through a period of fertility, okay, within your personal life, the things that you've been working at, the things that you have achieved, okay, all of these accomplishments, you're going to see fertility outside of you. How you respond to it is entirely up to you, but it does feel like you could be bringing in at least one new baby, so to speak. We'll see what you do. All right. I also feel like you are bringing in some fertility in regards to loyalty and higher levels of protection. So any changes that you're making, if you've been a bit worried, okay, especially between that time frame that I mentioned and at 9 weeks out from now, if you start to feel worried about decisions you're making, it's like, this is different, this is new, this is changing, right? This is uncharted territory, whatever it is, just know you are highly protected. I also am hearing highly skilled. So don't like doubt your skills, don't doubt your knowledge. Your expertise, okay, and your ability to influence people, your ability to also learn on the go, learn on the fly, apply what I learned, okay. Manifestations coming true during this time. And I like the loyalty bit here as well. This is coming up more at about 5 weeks out from now, but you could be bringing 2 new friends into your life. I don't really know how new they are, okay, but it's not like they're new. It's like they are, you're upgrading them. Okay. You're promoting them into a more maybe intimate position in your life. So I see 2 female friends that you could be, promoting, and the loyalty there is really important because you are able with them to share in a vulnerable way your thoughts, unfiltered, okay, your feelings, memories, whatever, things that you're processing, and they're able to do the same with you. All right. So it's really important, and feeling like no one else is going to know this, maybe that it's very private. Okay. What is loyalty if not secrecy about whatever the hell you're going through, right? Thank you, Edgar. We are going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Nigeria Love. Nigeria Love. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Nigeria Love? Feels like a little bit of money. I want to say in the last, week, it feels like this has been coming in. Feels like a little bit of time. You may need to spend a little more time to make some extra cash, but it seems like you are very much in the flow of it. So these opportunities are coming in closer and closer. So I would say like any day now, okay, if it hasn't already presented, but it's going to require some Is the father coming in? It's like a paternal energy coming in here. Fast money is money quickly lost. Quick money is money quickly lost. Don't rest on your laurels and don't get an attitude of like, I don't know if this is complacency or this is a bit of a warning not to be frivolous with things. You know, if opportunities are coming in for you, and they require something more out of you, make sure you're really very seriously investing for a while, not just being like, whatever, you know, I really don't care. I'm not going to take this seriously. I think that ultimately what you're doing here is allowing yourself to take some upgrades in your life. And if you're going to take them, they have to be maintained. Now, this comes up at 2 weeks out from now. This comes up between 5 and 6 weeks out from now, where we have a change in circumstances significantly, and then it peaking at 7 weeks. So we could see more expansion at that time. But this is about being a good steward to what you're given. Okay. Not just being kind of careless with it. And if you can maintain it, then you will get more. Okay. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. We are going to move on to another one. Jillian Corbin. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Jillian Corbin. Little bit of a fight going on here, and this is brewing right around this time. I want to say this may come to a peak around 2 to 3 out from now. I want to say 2 to 3 days. Could it be weeks? It could. Okay, if this drags out, but it feels like it's already brewing. So if you feel like you're having some encounters with people who are being, I don't know, belligerent, but I was going to say deliberately confused. You know, these are people who are deliberately, thank you for the hearts on TikTok, like deliberately trying to misunderstand you. This could also be some level of weaponized incompetence, even if, you know, you feel like they know exactly what to do or exactly what their role is, even if they're getting paid for it, or like you're doing your part, you know what I mean? But that's what weaponized incompetence can be, is like someone's receiving all the benefits and they're not just doing the bare minimum. This is from a place of manipulation. This is to force you into submission. Okay, this is to create turmoil for you. So it feels like what you're doing in the next few weeks and starting already, like right around this time, or even if you've been feeling this in the last like 48 hours or so, you know, is like lashing out, maybe even 3 days back, like I'm lashing out. Now, I would normally say like, don't lash out. But I feel like there's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes when people are pulling some nonsense with you and, you know, you're full on at the clown show, you're going to have to handle clown shoes accordingly. And so this is you saying it, and this is you biting back, or like, you know, you not growling anymore, but actually like biting. It's like this is you lashing out even, and making very clear what you see, what you know, what your position is, what you expect to see happen, and what in particular will not be tolerated. Okay. And my feeling here is that some of the amount of kickback may be unexpected, because they could almost pretend to be in alignment with you. They could almost pretend, and again, I feel this stretching out over the next, 2 to 3 weeks. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. But they could almost pretend to be like, yes, I get it. I understand. I am in alignment with what you're saying, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reason with you and be honest. Let's get this done. And then you find that they did it again. So they were trying to get you to let your guard down. Just don't. Okay. Also, I'm supposed to say with this is a bit of a wake-up call that you should have been checking patterns better, because before we get engaged with any situation, whether this be work, this be a relationship, this be a friendship, anything, before we get engaged in anything, we don't go, oh, let me take their word for it. Or, oh, I feel like I want this. Therefore, I'm going to bury my head in the sand. No, 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 no. You can want what you want. You can feel what you feel. They can say what they say. But ultimately, the decision is made based on past patterns. As much information as you could possibly manage to accumulate, you look at the patterns there. Okay. And then you make your decision accordingly. Okay. So this went wonky at some point, and now we have to kind of back it up. All right. And so it is a no. It is a no. Okay. It's going to be done my way or the highway. And if that requires you setting additional boundaries going forward, so be it. But if one of those boundaries is walking away, so be that too. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Jessica Graham is next. Jessica Graham. Jessica Graham, something unexpected is coming your way. Jessica Graham, what is it and when? Power position. Somebody tried to rattle you. Somebody tried to take it away. You may have even gotten something recently, 2 months ago, 6 to 7 months ago, 9 to 10 months ago. You may have even gotten some higher up positions. You may have entered into some positional leadership where you're speaking, teaching, whatever it is. You're in the forefront, you're managing more, and it's like rattling. Okay. There is now an opportunity for you to truly upgrade. Now, I'm not saying you had imposter syndrome, but that can certainly come, okay, from change, yes, and then from blocks and obstacles coming in. This could have even been things in your personal life where you were like kind of just letting it trip you up. Okay, am I good enough? Am I able to accomplish X, Y, and Z? This could have even been just self-esteem stuff. Okay, whatever it is, I think what you're doing is shedding it. It's this image of you sort of shedding your old skin and also coming into the dragonfly position, which is symbolic of money. It's prosperity. Okay. It's literal cash. It's power position. And it comes from a lot of wisdom. It comes from advancing your skills. It comes from investing a lot into what you know, who you are, what you do, and being recognized by the world around you and the people in it as a power player. Okay. It's not just, I feel self-empowered. You could feel like your donkey's in a ditch. It doesn't matter. Okay. At this point, you're being seen as a power player. So you're moving into all of this. And I'm going to say this really seems to peak between 3 and 4 weeks out from now when you're given a microphone. Now, this is symbolic of you being given an opportunity to speak, lead, teach, communicate out more about what you know. Okay. And you would have an opportunity to invest more in something you feel passionate about as well. So this could be a side hustle, but this could just be whatever. Okay. Whatever you feel passionate about. So don't hold back. You will be seen. You will be heard. There is a lot of free will element in this though. So you got to speak your truth. Okay. You got to take it. Thank you, Jessica. This is last call. So if you guys wanted to get a reading tonight, even if you can't stay, it's okay. Everything will be time-stamped, and this will be published in about 24 hours exclusively on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium. So you guys can go back and watch if you can't stay, but this is last call. Also, just a reminder that we have pet readings coming up. My pet psychic show is going to be Thursday, I think it is. Is that accurate, Kim? I'm positive. No, Wednesday. What's today? I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday. Thank you. Yeah, Wednesday. Okay. So you guys can start getting your early questions in now. That will be unlimited for your living or deceased pets. All right. Camilla. Something unexpected is coming your way. Camilla, why do I feel like I read her already as well? Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Camilla? It's like little birdies humming in your ear. It's a little hummingbird. I feel like you have some maternal energies. Mom's side of the family who sent this. Interesting. Getting a juicy little piece of gossip. It's about 2 to 3 days out from now. You seem to be keeping your cards close to your vest, your head down, minding your own, but like slurping that tea. I don't know if you're a Gemini, but we love this shit, right? It's kind of like, I don't care. I'm not paying any attention, but we were like totally soaking it all up and ready to use it if needed. Um, this is interesting. I do wonder, okay, I do wonder if you're getting some information about somebody who's trying to be deceptive and you're able to use it. This isn't just any old piece of gossip. This is useful gossip, okay? This is something you can maneuver with. It's something you can strategically use to upgrade yourself. You know, sometimes we get a little piece of information and it isn't necessarily like deliberately, I want to say, about our circumstance, or how do I want to say this, perfectly in alignment with us, but it's useful instead to like someone else or a situation we're involved with on a larger scale, you know, and it can affect other people there. So it's like you're handing it off, you know, is the best way I can describe this. It feels like someone trying to be manipulative and like kind of steal, kind of thieve, kind of take someone else down, take down a situation, a group of people, right? Create toxic circumstances. And this person is just running their mouth so bad, unfiltered, unhinged, freaking lunatic, off the rails, right? Running, because they're emotional. You know what? There's been a general theme tonight of people acting irrationally or acting like, how do I want to say this? They're very reactive. People are very emotional right now, you know, so they're acting without thinking. They're coming from um a lower level place. It's not to say that bad things will always come of it, but it's definitely different than what they would have normally done. I feel you being the one who has the master key. You catch wind of this, you get this information, you overhear it, you witness it, and you can then use it as leverage in whatever way you want. You could be setting someone free. Like a male in your circle also may need this information and you could be like helping them. This also elevates you in your ranking, it feels like, okay? So in some people's esteem, and you're recognizing that you're being seen by the universe as a bit of a power player, because sometimes the way things come to you, it's like, that's really interesting, okay, that would have come to me. Because it didn't come to anyone else and it came to me just in time so I can use this. And I feel almost like the universe is playing some type of a game with me where I'm being given powerful pieces of information. And it's almost like you're starting to question why that is. You know, is there a bigger storyline there? And I feel that there is. I think you may want to start paying attention, okay, to what that really means. I also feel like somebody may be giving you something very sweet in the next, like, between 2 and 3 days out from now. I don't know if this is romantic. I mean, I guess it could be. It just feels like love to me. Okay, so expect a sweet treat from someone who really does very much love you. And I think it's an important time for you to recognize that you're being sort of rewarded by the universe, okay, for your integrity and your character and just deserving it. Thank you, Camilla. We're going to move on to another one. This is just feedback from Jess. Jess said, I love it, Ivy. Someone did rattle me. Oh, and it pushed me to move out of that job and into a job that is so much more my style. I'm looking forward to the microphone. How exciting. Good for you, Jess. I love that. Absolutely. There it is. Can't make this stuff up. Next up is Deborah Rose. This is number 2 for Deborah Rose. Deborah Rose. Number 2, please give me something that she didn't already have. Something unexpected is coming your way. Deborah Rose. I can't prescribe or diagnose, but I do feel like I want to say 2 to 3 days out from now, and then between 4 and 5 weeks out from now, be careful with your teeth. Okay. If you're grinding your teeth, if you're dealing with anything stress related, I mean, who isn't? Okay. But especially at night, just be careful with the dental, especially at the back in the molars or like a TMJ, can't prescribe or diagnose. But there seems to be some stress going on there. You also seem to have some possible work and money change coming up. And I want to say this is brewing over the next, I'm getting 2 to 3 months, but I was also getting 4 to 5 months. So that means that you have some free will, meaning you can manipulate timeline, and they have some free will, so they can manipulate timeline. Any changes you've been debating on making with work in regards to your resources and investments, we have some opportunities opening up. I think that these are all upgrades for sure. You seem to be letting go of some dead weight. It looks a little bit like a tree. I repotted it. I've been pruning its branches. I've been giving it fertilizer. It just isn't really growing, or it isn't growing continuously, or it's not growing any fruit. This is as far as it can go. I took out of it what I needed. I got out of it what I was meant to. And now it's time for me to evolve, not keep trying to get fruit out of this plant. Okay, it's not a dead tree, but it's over. I think that what happens here is that you have to be willing to make some significant changes and go with the flow onto some new territory, and not make your decisions from a place of fear, which is ego, right? Ego is fear, manipulation, and control. And, saying, well, I don't want this, or I'm afraid of that, or I'm worried about this. So you need to be making your decisions from a place of faith and love and a positivity, even if it's some uncharted territory. I also feel like you are, I heard, being expected, okay, to give more between 5 and 6 weeks out from now. Some opportunity could be coming toward you, and it's expecting you to give more of your time and attention. This could be dotting the I's, crossing the T's, reading the fine print, doing your research, and making a decision to push things forward. Also, if you're dealing with anything legal around that time, it could be like the final push. Okay. Some of it coming from you. So give it a push, okay, if you need to, and that should see it through the rest of the way. Thank you, Deborah. We're going to move on. Do we have any more coming in? Let's see. Carly Elizabeth. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Carly? Seems like somebody coming in here trying to be playful with you. It feels like little boy energy. This could be someone who feels like I can come to her with anything. I'm getting 2 to 3. This could be 2 to 3 days, could be weeks. Take it out, resonates, but it feels like 2 to 3 days. I can come in with her and be sort of charming, and she has a sweet spot for me, a soft spot for me. And so she'll give me what I want. And you're like, I don't think I'm doing that anymore, is basically how this feels. You may have someone in your life who you were always willing to give to, who you were always willing to go the extra mile for. You were always willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. You were always willing to just overreach just a little bit, because they carried a sort of younger energy about them. Maybe they have a bit of a sob story. They have a way of seeming like they're a victim. And maybe they were, maybe they were a victim at some point or multiple points. Who wasn't? Okay. Like at this point, you are saying, you know what? Here's the problem with that. You look now the same way you did a decade ago. And I am not getting anything ever back from you. And you're old now. and should be capable, okay, of some level of reciprocity here. Charm is no longer charming. Okay, the looks are no longer looking, whatever. The cleverness is no longer clever. It's just looking a little sad and old. And you seem to be saying, I don't want to invest in this anymore. And what you're really doing in saying that is essentially choosing to be in alignment with higher vibrational things. And you may say to yourself, well, I feel kind of guilty about this, or they may even guilt you, but the bottom line is this: people who are like, what's the big deal? Or what does it really matter? Or just continue on the way it's always been. The thing is, the universe is clocking every single thought we have, everything we watch, everything we feed our soul, everything we entertain mentally, emotionally, energetically, every single thing you do and think and speak power to is an investment. Every single thing. Okay? And to entertain some nonsense is exactly that. It's entertaining some nonsense. Okay. It's also enabling this person. So a lot of people like to say, no, I'm just loving, and I'm not saying you're doing this. But I'm saying this is an example. I'm in that vein, right? This is not a loving thing to do, to keep giving to this person. This person needs to start standing up and doing some growth. Okay. And, you also need to start realizing that every single thing we think, we do, we entertain is an investment, and the universe is deciding what you're going to get back. Okay, law of attraction based on that investment. So you go low, you entertain low, you get low. Okay, you say no to this, I'm going to go high. I don't care if it's having a cup of tea. I don't care if it's spending a night with your cat. I don't care if it's, you know what I mean? Staring at a wall instead of talking to this person. That would be a higher vibration. Okay. So then the universe is going to give you back other high vibrational things. Okay. Thank you. We are going to move on to another one. Are we at time? We are at time. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Spirit, thank you. Kim, my beautiful producer, thank you. I think she did an amazing job. We are going to be back on Wednesday for my pet psychic show. Get your early questions in now for your living or deceased pets. That is going to be unlimited. And if you need to book a reading, a party, or a psychic fair with me in the meantime, go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. Simple self-booking system. I do work internationally. And if you are in the Middle East, for example, and the time frame is a little bit tight, you can always get yourself a video reading. Thank you so much, everyone. I will see you back on Wednesday. Have a great night.